Today we are discussing Psychology Second Sem EDU 202 Learning and Teaching Third Module Areas of Individual Differences. Individual differences encompass the diverse psychological attributes that distinguish one person from another. Understanding these differences is crucial for various fields such as education, psychology, and workplace management. Individual differences refers to the variations among individuals in their psychological attributes. Key areas: cognitive abilities. Number 1, cognitive abilities. These area highlights the differences in intellectual functioning among individuals. It includes variation in overall intelligence, analytical and critical thinking skills, creativity, and the speed at which information is processed. These abilities impact how people learn, solve problems, and make decisions. So, cognitive abilities includes variation in intelligence, problem-solving skills, and processing speed. Next, learning styles. People have unique preferences for how they learn and absorb information. Some may excel with visual aids while others might prefer auditory explanations or hands-on experiences. Recognizing these styles can enhance teaching methods, can help individuals optimize their learning processes. So, learning styles, preferences in how individuals absorb and process information, example, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Next, personality traits. Personality traits. Personality plays a significant role in shaping behavior and interaction. Traits such as introversion and extroversion influence how individuals socialize, communicate, and approach challenges. Other traits like openness to new experiences and conscientiousness, organization, and dependability also contribute to how people function in various environments. So, in personality traits, differences in traits such as introversion, extraversion, openness, and conscientiousness. Next, motivation levels. Different individuals are motivated by distinct factors. Some may be driven by internal reward, intrinsic motivation such as personal growth and satisfaction, while others may be influenced by external incentives, extrinsic motivation such as grades or recognition. These motivational levels can significantly impact performance and engagement in task. So, variability in intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, which can affect engagement and performance. Emotional factors. Next, emotional factors. Emotional intelligence encompasses the ability to understand and manage one's emotion as well as emphasize with others. Individual differences in emotional regulation, resilience to stress, and social skills can affect relationships, coping strategies, and overall mental health. So, differences in emotional regulation, resilience, and social skills. Factors causing individual differences: heredity and environment. Individual differences refer to the unique characteristic and variations among people in terms of physical, mental, emotional, and behavioral traits. These differences arise primarily from two key factors: heredity and environment. Below is an explanation. Heredity. Heredity refers to the genetic transmission of traits from parents to offspring. It is the biological basis of individual differences and determines a person's potential in various aspects. Heredity refers to the biological inheritance of traits through genes. It forms the genetic blueprint of an individual, influencing physical and psychological characteristics. Key points: genetic makeup. Each individual inherits 23 pairs of chromosomes which carry genes from their parents. These genes determine physical features such as height, weight, skin color, eye color, and even susceptibility to diseases. For example, a child may inherit blue eyes from the mother or curly hair from the parent, from the father. Each individual inherits gene from the parents which influence physical traits. Next is innate abilities. Some people are born with natural talents or aptitudes such as musical, artistic, or mathematical abilities. Temperament. Inherited traits also shape temperament, which affect how individuals react to their environment. Limitations. Genetic predispositions can limit the development of certain traits regardless of environmental influences. Example, genetic disorders. Limitations of heredity. While heredity sets the potential for various traits, it does not determine them entirely. Environmental factors are essential for the actualization of this potential. So, in heredity, key points: genetic makeup, intellectual cognitive traits. Intelligence and cognitive abilities often have a genetic basis. For instance, studies on twins reared apart have shown a significant correlation in IQ levels, suggesting an genetic influence. Personality traits. Certain personality traits such as introversion or extroversion can have heredity component. For example, a child with outgoing parents might inherit a predisposition towards sociability. Next, environment. The environment encompasses all external factors and experiences that influence an individual's development after birth. These factors interact with heredity to shape individual differences. The environment includes all external influences that impact an individual after conception. These influences shape how genetic potentials are expressed and modified throughout life. Environmental factors. Number 1, family and upbringing. Parental care, socioeconomic status, and family dynamics significantly affect a child's personality, behavior, and values. Next, education. Education and socialization. Schooling and peer interaction shape cognitive and social skills. For instance, a child who receives quality education and encouragement is more likely to perform well academically than one who lacks such opportunities. Cultural and social influences. Cultural and social influences. Cultural norms and values influence behaviors, attitudes, and even career choices. For example, in some cultures, collectivism is valued, leading individuals to prioritize group goals over personal ambitions. So, cultural norms, traditions, peer groups, and societal expectations play a role in shaping attitude, behaviors, and preferences. Experiences. Life experience. Major life events such as trauma, success, or exposure to diverse environments can lead to significant individual differences. Experiences and opportunities. വ്യക്തിഗത വ്യത്യാസങ്ങൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഓരോ വ്യക്തിയുടെയും ശാരീരിക, മാനസിക, വികാരപരമായ പെരുമാറ്റപരമായ ഭിന്നതകളെ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്നതാണ്. ഇവിടെ പ്രധാന കാരണങ്ങൾ ഹെറിഡിറ്റി ആൻഡ് എൻവയോൺമെൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഹെറിഡിറ്റി, പാരമ്പര്യം എന്നും ജീനിലൂടെ മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ ഗുണങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികളിൽ എത്തുന്ന പ്രക്രിയയാണ്. പാരമ്പര്യം ഓരോ വ്യക്തിയുടെയും അടിസ്ഥാന ഭാവങ്ങളെ നിർണ്ണയിക്കുന്നു. ഇതിൽ മാതാപിതാക്കൾ കൈമാറുന്ന ജീനുകൾ ഓരോ വ്യക്തിയുടെയും ശാരീരിക രൂപം, ചർമ്മത്തിൻ്റെ നിറം, കണ്ണിൻ്റെ നിറം, മെറ്റാബോളിസം തുടങ്ങിയവയെ നിർണ്ണയിക്കുന്നു. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന്, കുട്ടിക്ക് അമ്മയുടെയും അച്ഛൻ്റെയും നിറങ്ങളെ അനുസരിച്ച ഉത്തമ സ്വഭാവങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാകാം. മാനസിക കഴിവുകൾ, ഒരു വ്യക്തിയുടെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്, പ്രശ്നപരിഹാര കഴിവുകൾ മുതലായവ പാരമ്പര്യത്തെ ആശ്രയിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. ചില കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ചെറുപ്പം മുതൽ തന്നെ ഗണിതശാസ്ത്രത്തിൽ കഴിവ് കാണിക്കുന്നതിന് പാരമ്പര്യം കാരണമായേക്കാം. ശാരീരിക സൗന്ദര്യഭാവങ്ങൾ, ചില പ്രത്യേക ബിംബങ്ങൾ, നെറ്റി, മുടിയുടെ സവിശേഷതകൾ, ശാരീരിക സവിശേഷതകൾ എന്നിവ പാരമ്പര്യത്തിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടുന്നതാണ്. മനോഭാവം, ചില മനോഭാവങ്ങൾ, ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് എക്സ്ട്രോവേർഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സജീവത, ഇൻട്രോവേർഷൻ, ഇത് പാരമ്പര്യത്തിൽ നിന്ന് വരാം. പരിസ്ഥിതി മനുഷ്യൻ്റെ ജനനാനന്തര ജീവിതത്തിൽ സ്വാധീനം ചെലുത്തുന്ന എല്ലാ പൊരുത്തങ്ങളും അനുഭവങ്ങളും അടങ്ങുന്നു. ഇതിൽ ഗർഭകാല പരിസ്ഥിതി, ഗർഭകാലത്ത് അമ്മയുടെ ആരോഗ്യസ്ഥിതി, പോഷകാഹാരം കൂടാതെ വിഷാംശങ്ങളോടുള്ള സമ്പർക്കം കുഞ്ഞിൻ്റെ ശാരീരിക മനോഭാവ വികസനത്തിൽ വലിയ പങ്ക് വഹിക്കുന്നു. കുടുംബം, ഒരു കുട്ടിയുടെ ആദ്യ ശിക്ഷക കുടുംബമാണ്. മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ സ്വഭാവം, ശാസനം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്നേഹം കുട്ടിയുടെ ശാരീരികവും മാനസികവുമായ വളർച്ചയെ സ്വാധീനിക്കുന്നു. സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെയും പ്രോത്സാഹനത്തിൻ്റെയും അഭാവമുള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ആശയക്കുഴപ്പം കൂടാനും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ അനുഭവപ്പെടാനും സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം, സ്കൂൾ ജീവിതവും ശിക്ഷണവും കുട്ടിയുടെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകളും പ്രകടനവും വളർത്തുന്നു. നല്ല അധ്യാപകരുടെ പ്രോത്സാഹനം ലഭിച്ച കുട്ടികൾ മികച്ച വിജയം കൈവരിക്കും. സാമൂഹികവും സാംസ്കാരികവുമായ സ്വാധീനം, സാംസ്കാരികവും മൂല്യങ്ങളും വ്യക്തിയുടെ ജീവിത പദ്ധതികളെയും സ്വഭാവങ്ങളെയും സ്വാധീനിക്കുന്നു. കേരളത്തിലെ സാംസ്കാരിക അന്തരീക്ഷം നിരവധി കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കലാകഴിവുകൾ പ്രചോദനമാകുന്നു. കുട്ടികൾ നേരിടുന്ന വിജയങ്ങളും പരാജയങ്ങളും അവരുടെ വ്യക്തിത്വത്തെ രൂപപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. പാരമ്പര്യവും പരിസ്ഥിതിയും ഒരേപോലെ വ്യക്തിഗത വ്യത്യാസങ്ങളിൽ പങ്കാളികളാണ്. ഇവ തമ്മിലുള്ള ബന്ധം പല ശാസ്ത്ര ഗവേഷണങ്ങളും തെളിയിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് സംഗീതത്തിനുള്ള കഴിവ്, സംഗീത കഴിവുള്ള മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ഈ കഴിവ് പാരമ്പര്യമായി ലഭിക്കാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. പരിസ്ഥിതിയുടെ സ്വാധീനം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മ്യൂസിക്കൽ പരിശീലനത്തിലുള്ള അവസരങ്ങൾ ഇത് വികസിപ്പിക്കാൻ സഹായിക്കും. മാനസികാരോഗ്യം, ചില മാനസികാവസ്ഥകൾക്ക് ജീനുകൾക്ക് വലിയ സ്വാധീനമുണ്ട്. മാനസിക സമ്മർദ്ദം, അനാവശ്യ ഭയം, ഇത് പരിസ്ഥിതിയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട മനസാന്നിധ്യം, നല്ല അനുഭവങ്ങൾ എന്നിവ വ്യക്തികളുടെ മാനസികാരോഗ്യത്തിൽ മാറ്റം കൊണ്ടുവരാം. ഭാഷാപരമായ കഴിവ്, ഇത് പാരമ്പര്യം വഴി നല്ല ഭാഷാ ശേഷി കിട്ടും. എന്നാൽ കുട്ടിയുടെ കുടുംബം, സംസാരിക്കുന്ന ഭാഷ, ശീലം, വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം എന്നിവ ഭാഷാ കഴിവിൻ്റെ വികാസത്തെ സ്വാധീനിക്കും. Experiences and opportunities. Life experiences, challenges and opportunities contribute to an individual's personal growth and adaptability. Physical environment, living conditions, climate and geographical location also influence health, lifestyle and habits. Next, interaction of heredity and environment. Heredity and environment do not work in isolation. They interact continuously to influence individual development. Heredity and environment are interdependent, and their interaction is what truly shapes individual differences. These dynamic relations can be explained through epigenetics. This field studies how environmental factors can influence gene expression without altering the DNA sequence. For instance, stress, nutrition, or exposure to toxins can activate or deactivate certain genes, influencing traits like health or behaviors. Nature versus nurture debate. While heredity provides the potential for various traits, the environment determines how these traits are expressed. For example, a child may inherit a predisposition for high intelligence, but without proper education and stimulation, their potential may not be realized. Similarly, a child born with a genetic predisposition to obesity can maintain a healthy weight with proper diet and exercise. Critical and sensitive periods. Certain environmental influences are more impactful during critical or sensitive periods of development. For example, language acquisition is most effective in early childhood, demonstrating the interplay between innate abilities and environmental exposure. So, heredity and environment do not work in isolation. They interact continuously to influence individual development. For example, a person inherits a genetic potential for intelligence, but the environment, example, education and nutrition, determines whether this potential is fully realized. Similarly, a nurturing environment can help mitigate the impact of negative genetic predispositions. So, individual differences result from a dynamic interplay between heredity and environmental factors. While heredity sets the foundation, and the environment shapes and modifies an individual's traits and abilities throughout life. General provision for fostering individual differences in classroom. These professions are essential for foster inclusivity and equity in the classroom. So, to accommodate individual differences, educators can adopt several strategies. Number one, differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction recognizes that students learn at different paces and in different ways. Teacher can adapt content, process, product, and learning environment based on students' readiness, interest, and learning profiles, tailoring teaching methods to meet diverse learning needs and preferences. So, tailoring teaching methods to meet diverse learning needs and preferences. Next is flexible grouping. Flexible grouping, personalized learning plans. Flexible grouping ensures that students are not always grouped by ability but also by interest, task, or randomly. Encourages collaboration, exposes students to diverse perspectives, and build social and academic skills. Using varied grouping strategies, homogeneous and heterogeneous to promote collaboration and peer learning. Personalized learning. Personalized learning plans focuses on setting unique goals and creating tailored learning experiences for each student. Help addresses gap in knowledge while nurturing individual talent and aspirations. Creating individualized learning objectives and pathways based on student strength and weakness. Variety of assessment methods. Variety of assessment methods. Encouraging student voice. In variety of assessment methods, moves beyond traditional tests to include project, portfolio, presentation, self-assessment, and peer evaluation. Accommodates different learning styles and provide comprehensive view of student progress. So, in variety of assessment methods, employing diverse assessment techniques to capture a fuller picture of student understanding and skill. Encourage student choice. Empower students to take ownership of their learning by incorporating their feedback and choice in lesson. Boost motivation, self-esteem, and engagement by making learning relevant to their interests and needs. Allowing students to express their preferences, interests, and learning styles can enhance engagement. Meaning, nature, and difference between attitude, aptitude, and interest. Attitude. A predisposition to respond positively or negatively towards a person, object, or idea. It encompasses belief, feelings, and behavioral tendencies. Attitude, meaning, a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically reflected in a person's behavior. It's a learned predisposition to respond to a particular object, person, or situation in a favorable or unfavorable way. Attitude involves three components: cognitive, beliefs and thoughts about the object; affective, feelings and emotions associated with the object; behavioral, tendencies to act in certain ways towards the object. So, attitude involves three components: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. Example: a positive attitude towards exercise might involve belief about its health benefits, feelings of enjoyment during physical activity, and the consistent behavior of engaging in regular workout. Aptitude. Aptitude means a natural talent or ability that allows a person to learn or perform a particular skill or task easily and quickly. It's an inherent capacity for a particular kind of skill or learning. Nature of aptitude. Aptitudes are often domain specific. Example: mathematical aptitude, musical aptitude. They are relatively stable traits, though they can be developed and refined through practice and training. Example: a person with a strong musical aptitude might learn to play an instrument quickly and easily, grasp musical concepts intuitively, and have a natural sense of rhythm and melody. Next, interest. Interest. Meaning, a feeling of wanting to know or learn about something or someone. Its focus of attention and engagement. The nature of interest. Interests are often dynamic and can evolve over time. They are influenced by various factors, including personal experience, social interaction, and cultural exposure. Example, a child's initial interest in dinosaur might evolve into a broader interest in paleontology, natural history, and the scientific methods. Differences. Evaluation versus capacity versus preferences. Attitude involves evaluation, positive or negative. Aptitude reflects capabilities and potential. Interest denote preferences and inclinations. Stability. Attitudes can be more easily influenced and changed by experiences, while aptitude tend to be more stable. Interest can evolve and change significantly over time. So, the stability of attitude, aptitude, and interest is attitudes can be more easily influenced and changed by experience, while aptitude tend to be more stable. Interest can evolve and change significantly over time. Focus. Attitudes focus on how we feel about something. Aptitude focus on what we are naturally good at. And interest focus on what we find engaging and motivating. So, understanding the distinction between attitude, aptitude, and interest is crucial for personal and professional development. Recognizing one's aptitude can help guide career choices, while understanding and nurturing interest can foster lifelong learning and personal fulfillment. So, attitudes are evaluative judgment, aptitudes reflect capabilities, and interest denote preferences. While attitude can change over time with experiences, aptitudes are generally more stable and interest can evolve based on exposure. Testing of attitude, aptitude, and interest. Attitude scales measure individual attitudes, beliefs, or feelings towards a particular topic, persons, or situation. Method is typically use tools like Likert scales, which involves a range of responses. Example, strongly agree to strongly disagree to assess the level of agreement or disagreement with a set of statements. Application common in social science research, workplace assessment, and educational evaluation. Next, general aptitude test. Purpose a standardized test designed to measure a wide range of aptitudes, including cognitive abilities, motor skills, and perception. Components test for verbal, numerical, spatial, and clerical aptitudes, among others. Use often used by employers and educational institutions to predict performance in various roles or field. The outcome is to provide a comprehensive profile of an individual's potential abilities. Differential aptitude test battery. Purpose is to focus on specific aptitudes related to academic or occasional success. Components include tests for verbal reasoning, numerical ability, abstract reasoning, mechanical reasoning, and language usage. Application used in educational settings and career counseling to guide individuals towards areas where they may excel. Comparison with GATB. While the GATB provides a broad overview, the differentiated aptitude test battery targets more specific skill sets for focused career or academic guidance. Interest inventories. Next is interest inventories. The purpose is to assess personal preferences and interest in various activities, field, or careers. Example, the Holland Code RIASEC, which categorizes interest into 6 themes: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. Use is to help individuals identify careers, hobbies, or educational path aligned with their interest. The outcome is encourages students to explore opportunities where their interest and skill intersect, increasing satisfaction and success. Significance and implications of attitude scale, aptitude test, and inventories in classroom teaching and learning. Significance and implications. Tailored instruction. Significance. Attitude scales, aptitude test, and interest inventories help teachers understand students' emotional, cognitive, and motivational dimensions. Its implication is this understanding allows educators to customize teaching methods, materials, and activities to suit individual learning preferences, thereby improving engagement and comprehension. Career guidance. Significance. Aptitude tests identify students' natural talents and strength, while interest inventories highlight their preferences. Implications. These tools help students choose subjects, courses, and career paths that align with their abilities and interests, ensuring informed and confident decision making about the future. Enhanced engagement. Its significance. Interest inventories provide insights into topics or activities that excite and motivate students. Implication. Teachers can incorporate these interests into the curriculum to create more relatable and enjoyable lessons, fostering active participation and sustained interest. Informed decision making. Significance. Data from these assessments provide a factual basis for instructional planning and resource allocation. Its implication: teachers can prioritize strategies, interventions, and learning tools that address students' specific need, leading to more effective teaching outcomes. So, informed decision making provides data for evidence based instructional planning and resource allocation. Inclusivity recognizes and addresses the diverse needs of students, promoting equity and inclusion in education. Significance. Recognizing differences in attitudes, aptitudes, and interest highlights the diversity within the classroom. Implication. Educators can implement inclusive practices, ensuring that all students, regardless of their abilities or backgrounds, feel valued and supported. So, conclusion: the use of aptitude scales, test, and interest inventories in education is crucial for addressing the diverse needs of learners. These tools help educators foster a student centered, inclusive learning environment by tailoring instruction, guiding career choices, enhancing engagement, and making informed decisions. By recognizing individual differences, teachers can nurture each student's unique potential, promoting holistic development and academic success. So, understanding and addressing individual differences through tools like attitude scales, aptitude tests, and interest inventories is vital for creating an effective inclusion and student centered learning environment. These assessments empower educators to foster each learner's unique potential, ensuring holistic development and academic success.